Hey, I'm here with Mayor Kenney of Philadelphia, PA, and we're down here at South by. Is this your first South by?
Yeah, it's my first time in Texas actually, and I'm glad I came to Austin. We went through Dallas on the flight. We changed in flights in Dallas to Austin, but it was a pretty. We were here for Thursday morning. Left Philly about 5 a.m., which is grueling. But we're here by about 10:30, 11. So we had almost a full day on Thursday.
And what are you hoping to take away from your time here?
Business opportunities, people who want to invest in the city, people who want to move to the city. We have a lot to offer in Philadelphia. We're midway center between New York and Washington. Our housing stock and housing values and cost of living are much lower than New York or Washington or Boston. We have a burgeoning tech community that's growing every day in Philly. Universities, hospitals, great public transit, great culture, great arts and culture. So we have everything to offer 20 somethings, 30 somethings and up, doesn't matter. We're just here to kind of show ourselves off a little bit and just do some self promotion.
Yeah. And I was talking with some Philly natives who I'm friends with, and we were talking about some of the issues and the resurgence and the vibrancy that's going on there and some of the innovation. One of the things that came up is as you guys manage that growth, how do you keep Philly the affordable city that it's known for and keep that community and equity appeal?
Well, first of all, we have to work really hard on our education system because our children weren't getting a pre-K opportunity, and they're getting it now with the Philadelphia beverage tax. The big reason why millennials, when they become 30-somethings, will leave the city is because they decide to get married and have kids, and they're not comfortable with the education system, so they leave. So we have to fix the education system, starting with pre-K into elementary schools, into high school, CTE, comprehensive high schools, and college, and just give people a whole linear opportunity for a good education, and that's what they want for their children. They'll come to Philadelphia because it's affordable, it's fun. If you're single, it's great. If you're married without kids, it's great. As soon as you start having kids, you start making decisions about kindergarten and first grade, and we're working hard to improve our schools every day.
And I know you're speaking on the building bridges when others want to build walls panel later on. Yeah. Do you want to talk a little bit about what you hope to impart from that panel and what you want to talk about from your perspective?
We want to really talk about how technology can help us keep our citizens safe. Certainly, the federal government right now has a different attitude about people choosing to live in certain areas of our country, and but Donald Trump has been a disappointment. No, he's not actually a disappointment. I actually expected this. So, we're trying to calm our citizens down, calm our people down, that people are not out to round you up, and that sanctuary cities are important because people feel safe. And the worst thing there is in life is a bully. We want to try to keep our people safe from bullies. So that's what we're working on.
And talking about remaining a sanctuary city is something you've done several times. Are you concerned about impacts on grant funding or things along those lines?
Sure, but as we've seen with Muslim bans and travel bans, with the federal courts will step up and get in the way of that. That's why we have three branches of government, and we will rely on the courts to protect our citizens. We don't really know what's coming out from the Trump executive order because it's not really that. It's really not that sensical. It doesn't really say what they're going to do or when they're going to do it or where they're going to take the money from. Basically, what the Trump administration's order is that they want to force me as an elected official that swore an oath to the Constitution to violate the Fourth Amendment of that Constitution. I'm not going to do it. If a federal judge tells me I have to do certain things, unlike the Trump administration, I will abide by the federal court ruling. But we are not going to go down without a fight. We have similar situations when it comes to the state legislature, and we're fighting those issues back too. Why anyone cares who lives in Philadelphia? If you don't live in Philadelphia, I have no idea. But these are state politicians trying to imitate Donald Trump and his successful rise to the presidency. Not been a very successful presidency to date, but we'll see how it goes, and we're not going to let our people down, and we're not throwing our immigrant brothers and sisters under the bus.
And so, just wanted to talk about you were at an event where a welcoming center for new Pennsylvanians won a grant for first generations to teaching them how to cultivate entrepreneurship, technology. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I mean, our growth, our business growth, our population growth, our economic growth is rooted firmly in our immigrant population. In America and in Philadelphia, it's always been that case. And there's always been people who are anti-immigrant ever since they got there. I know people who are against immigration. They just got here a couple generations ago. We have had ugly religious bigotry in the 1840s against the Catholics, similar to what you see against Muslim people now. So what we want to do is have organizations like the Welcoming Center and others in our city that give people the opportunity to have language access and to have inspectors and health inspectors and building inspectors that speak their language, be revenue collection friendly when it comes to businesses in our city, because small businesses are the root of most of our employment in the city, in every neighborhood in our city, and in every neighborhood in our city has a different ethnic flair and a different racial and ethnic component.
One last question. There's a lot of Philly folks represented here at South by. You got a lot of artists, a lot of technology and innovation. What are you excited to see, and hopefully what are you excited to bring back?
Well, what I want to see is that people who come to the trade show, come to these meetings, come to Amplify event, that they see what Philadelphia is all about and that they find it interesting and intriguing. Maybe make a visit and talk to our Commerce Department, our Mayor's Office, and some of the people who are in business or live in Philadelphia now and what their experience has been. And what I want to take away are some ideas for people that may want to make sure that they come to Philadelphia, go to school in Philadelphia. We have great universities and education, medical education centers. There's a lot to do and a lot to accomplish and a lot of opportunities to meet your potential as a human being, as we want all our folks to do.
Well, Mayor Kenney, thank you so much for your time. It's been great.
Nice seeing you.
Nice seeing you
Take
too.
care. Thank you.